Lesson 8. Complete networking tutorial in VMware Workstation Pro 26H1. Hello and welcome to all the valued viewers of Teach Skill Academy. Welcome to Lesson 8 of the comprehensive VMware Workstation Pro 26H1 course. In the previous lessons, we learn how to install VMware, create a virtual machine, install Windows, install VMware tools, and configure virtual machine settings. In this lesson, we will cover one of the most important topics in VMware: networking. If you want to learn Windows Server, Linux, CCNA, cybersecurity, penetration testing, or network administration, you need to understand this section well. What is a virtual network? In the real world, computers communicate using networking equipment such as switches, routers, Ethernet cables, and access points. In VMware Workstation, these networking components can be virtually simulated, allowing you to create and practice with complete network environments without requiring physical networking equipment. For example, you can build the following lab on a single computer: 1 Windows server, 2 Windows 11 clients, 1 Ubuntu server, 1 Kali Linux machine. All of these systems can communicate with each other through virtual networking. Virtual network adapter. Every virtual machine can have one or more virtual network adapters. A virtual network adapter works similarly to a physical network card and is responsible for sending and receiving network data. To view its settings: 1. Power off the virtual machine. 2. Go to VM settings. 3. Select network adapter. From this section, you can select the network connection type. Types of networks in VMware. VMware Workstation provides 4 main networking configurations. 1. Bridged network. In bridged mode, the virtual machine connects directly to the physical network. The virtual machine behaves like a physical computer on the network and can receive an IP address from the network's DHCP server, such as a router or other DHCP service. Advantages: direct access to the physical network. Can receive an IP address from DHCP. Can be visible to other devices on the network. Useful for real-world networking and Windows Server labs. Common uses: Active Directory, File Server, DNS, DHCP, Enterprise Network Testing. 2. NAT, Network Address Translation. In NAT mode, the virtual machine uses the host computer's network connection to access the Internet. The virtual machine can normally access the Internet, while devices on the physical network generally cannot directly initiate connections to the virtual machine without additional configuration. Advantages: easy Internet access. Provides network isolation from the physical LAN. Does not normally require a separate IP address from the physical network. Common uses: web browsing, downloading software, Windows updates, installing applications. 3. Host-only. With host-only networking, communication is limited to the host computer and virtual machines connected to the same host-only network. By default, there is no direct Internet or external network access. Advantages: high isolation. Suitable for educational labs. Prevents direct Internet access. Common uses: Active Directory labs, software testing, isolated environments. 4. Custom network. Custom networking is intended for more advanced users. It allows you to connect virtual machines to specific virtual networks and create more complex networking environments. This feature is very useful for building advanced labs and multi-network scenarios. Virtual Network Editor. One of VMware's important networking tools is the Virtual Network Editor. Depending on your VMware Workstation configuration, you can access it from: Edit a Virtual Network Editor. In this tool, you can manage virtual networks and configure options such as creating or configuring virtual networks, removing virtual networks, changing network types, configuring DHCP, changing subnet settings, managing net. This tool is especially useful for designing and managing advanced virtual network environments. Difference between bridged, NAT, and host-only. Network type Internet access, physical network access, best for bridged checkmark button real-world network labs. NAT checkmark button limited everyday use and Internet access. Host-only crossmark isolated educational labs. Best choice for users. If your goal is simply to install Windows and use the internet, NAT is usually the best choice. If you want the virtual machine to behave like a physical computer on the same network as your host, choose Bridged. If you want to create an isolated educational lab or practice Active Directory, Host Only is a suitable option. Instructor tips. Before changing the network type, it is recommended to power off the virtual machine. If you are using bridged mode but do not have network or internet access, check whether the correct physical network adapter is selected and whether the physical network allows additional devices to obtain an IP address. In educational environments, it is often best to start with NAT and then move on to bridged and host only as you become more familiar with virtual networking. Common user mistakes. One common mistake is changing the network type while expecting the previous IP address to remain unchanged. After changing the network type, the virtual machine may receive a different IP address, so you may need to renew the IP address or review the network configuration. Another common mistake is selecting bridged when the physical network has restrictions on assigning additional IP addresses. In this situation, the virtual machine may not be able to connect to the network. Summary. In this lesson, we learned the fundamental networking concepts in VMware Workstation Pro and examined the differences between bridged, NAT, host-only, and custom networking. In Lesson 9, we will create a practical network lab. We will connect multiple virtual machines to each other, configure IP addresses, and test communication between them using the ping command. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the Teach Skill Academy channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming lessons in this course. Thank you for joining us. Good luck and see you in the next lesson.